Welcome back to Thai Learning Lifestyle. This is episode 2. It's going to be the very first episode that we are studying together the Thai language through our Assimil book. Now, if you're not studying Thai and you just want to follow along with the series, you can use absolutely any other language and just follow the same Assimil method. Now, in this video, you're going to see a lot of step-by-steps of what I do, how to break down this book, and actually use the Assimil program slightly better than what the directions tell you. Again, this can be done with any language. Now, particularly for Thai, I know it's a tonal language. I'm not used to the sounds. So what I'm gonna be focusing a lot on here is listening. Now remember, listening is going to be much better than writing exercises and a lot of other things that you can do. Listening is going to be key, and this is the reason why I chose the Assimil series to learn Thai. We're going to spend a lot of time listening. They're going to have multiple rounds and waves of Assimil books. And what you need to pay attention to is the first time they say the dialogue, your goal is to listen to anything that you may think is going to stand out. It's going to be difficult for you to understand a hard sounding sound that you're not used to. And this is the goal for the first time you hear it. Second time, what you're probably going to see me do is trying to be a little bit more aggressive. I'm going to go to kind of shadow it a little bit, trying to say the sounds that I'm hearing from the audio the best I can. I know it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect for you at all times. And it's going to get much harder as we continue to progress in our book here. If you're following along, it's going to get harder as you go on. The first few lessons are going to be easy. And then you get to about usually lesson 14, 20, and boom, things are going to start wrapping up rapidly. So the goal is mainly to be listening, understand the sounds, and then our third, listening to the lesson. So, and then after the second time we hear it, we're copying the sounds. We're going to read the book. It's very important to read the book, figure out what is going on so you can start putting things together. Again, this is a very passive type of learning, but I always like to know, what am I even saying? Even though it is sounds in the book, it's going to be really important to understand exactly what they're saying. I immediately start reading the notes, trying to put things together, and then continue listening to the same dialogue over and over and over until I can just remember these phrases in my mind. It's ingrained. And again, let's go. Lesson 1. Let's begin.
บทที่ 1 สวัสดี
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
ผมชื่อปิยะครับ คุณชื่ออะไรครับ
ฉันชื่อวาริสาค่ะ
ยินดีที่รู้จักคุณครับ
Whatever that last phrase was, I barely understood it. It's going to be a sound that I'm not used to, and we're going to dive a little bit more into it. So here goes the
บ
second
ท
time.
ที่ 1 สวัสดี
สวัสดี
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
ผมชื่อปิยะครับ
พี่ยะครับ
คุณชื่ออะไรครับ
คุณชื่ออะไรครับ
ฉันชื่อวาริสาค่ะ
ฉันชื่อวาริสาค่ะ
ยินดีที่รู้จักคุณครับ
รู้จักคุณครับ Alright, this is where I pause it. I don't go to the exercises yet. I know they're coming after the second time hearing the dialogue here. So what we're going to do now, since we heard it for a second time, I'm going to start reading the footnotes, kind of put things together about what is actually going on. And so it looks like the T is a position marker to let you know there's going to be a number or something coming. And then we got, this Sawat-di. It's letting you know that the Sawat-di, it looks like there's sawatdi or watdi, depending on where you are in Thailand. So it's like there's two different types of ways of saying that. It's good to know. And then footnote 3 is on two words. So we have krap and ka. And so knowing a little bit about this already, krap is going to be for men and ka is going to be for female. So again, now we have to introduce a fact that Thai has different types of words for sexes. So it's going to be very important looking out like, is this going to be like Spanish where we have to do la, le, or different types of sex per nouns? I don't know yet, but it's something that I'm going to be watching out for as I'm going through this book. Pom. So it lets you know that pom is going to be kind of like for my, for men. Chan is going to be used, chan, also pronounced as tan, is going to be used for females. So that's good to know. Kun is going to be used kind of like as you. So you right there, kun. It's good to know that as well. Arai is going to be like a question marker. So now we know we have kind of like a question mark. So if you hear somebody Japanese or something like that, like, it'd be like genki desu ka? You know, something like that to annotate like some type of questions coming up. We use in English like an intonation, like, are you ready? But it looks like here it's going to be a marker. So look out for that. And then, okay, that still goes on. It looks like you can also change your intonation as well as they do in some other languages, such as they say in this book, as French as well. And then that yindi, looks like two words. I guess it's more like a nice to meet you, that big long sound, that rujak kun krap, Yindi Uru Jakunkra. I'm saying my pronunciations right. It's just me trying to put things together. Now what I'd like to do is go back to the audio, listen to it again for one more time.
สวัสดี
Sawati.
สวัสดีครับ
Sawati krap.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Sawati krap.
ผมชื่อปิยะครับ
krap.
คุณชื่ออะไรครับ
ฉันชื่อวาริสาค่ะ
ยินดีที่รู้จักคุณครับ
Alright, so we got to that part. We know it's coming again for our audio. At this point, I like to read the translations just to make sure I understand exactly what's going on. These first few lessons are going to be easy. Sometimes it gets a little bit harder. So now we know Sawati krap is going to be like a hello. Sawati ka is the female version of hello. We have Pom chu pia krap. So now we know Pom chu pia krap means like my name is Pia. So now as a language learner, what you can start thinking in your mind as you're going through this, like, well, if I'm a guy, my name is Michael, I can go Pom chu Michael krap. And that's when you start taking a little bit more ownership of the language and start integrating into your life and start playing with it. Because at the end of the day, when you're learning a language, you're not just remembering words. It's like flashcards fail. Inky and these like repetition type of things fail. You're chasing meaning. So we're chasing meaning here. Even lesson 1, we have meaning. We understand Pom chu Michael krap. So now we're on to something. And then kon chu arai krap. So basically you're asking, what's your name? So yours, like you, we're asking you called the question marker arai krap. So I guess we got this polite male intonation. she's gonna respond back, I'm called Warisa Kra. So now we know the female version of I. Again, we're gonna watch out for that over and over and listen for it. Is Warisa. And then the nice to meet you, Indi Rojak Kung Krap. For me personally, the Rojak Kung Krap is gonna be, I don't know why, it sounds weird to me. So now we know the meaning behind everything. We're going to take another listen, and this time we're going to actually do the exercises. And the reason I do it in this order is because now we have more meaning to what we just learned. So when you do the exercises, you listen on, you're looking at them, you can start actually mentally think about what is this exercise trying to do. Because if you don't know, if you just listen through the audio, like many people do, you're not going to fully grasp the different context of the exercises that come after the dialogues.
บทที่หนึ่ง
บทที่หนึ่ง
สวัสดี
สวัสดี
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ ครับ tone
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
ผมชื่อปิยะครับ
พี่ครับ
คุณชื่ออะไรครับ
ชื่ออะไรครับ
ฉันชื่อวาริสาค่ะ
ฉันชื่อวาริสาค่ะ
ยินดีที่รู้จักคุณครับ
รู้จักคุณครับ
แบบฝึกหัดที่ 1 แปล
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
คุณชื่ออะไรครับ
So now we're already thinking. We got สวัสดีครับ คุณชื่ออะไรครับ So hello, nice particle for male. Your name is ครับ. So now we know. We can just think in our mind. What's your name? Hello. What's your name?
สวัสดีค่ะ
ค่ะ
ฉันชื่อวาริสาค่ะ
ฉันชื่อวาริสาครับ So now we know already that สวัสดีค่ะ so female marker ฉันชื่อวาริสาค่ะ so it's a female saying her name is Warisa. And that's it. So that is lesson 1. What I'll do throughout the day, so if I'm driving, I'm going anywhere, I'll play that over and over. If you have the MP3 of the Assimil, it shows the Thai text. If you watched my first episode, I'm not going to be learning how to read it and write in the Thai script yet. To me, it's going to slow me down so much when I would rather actually learn the sounds, intonations of what I'm reading with the Thai script first. I feel like if I just learn the Thai script, I'm going to be learning how to read it incorrectly. So what I'm going to be doing is keep listening to lesson 1. The next day, what I'll do lesson 2. And before I do lesson 2, I'm going to recap lesson 1. I always recap the previous lesson and then go to the following lesson. And then once I get, so I believe, so every 7 lessons, they have this, more of a grammar type activities for you. I'll go back and I'll just keep revisiting the first 7 lessons or the last 7 lessons, depending where you are in the book. And I'll keep going through there just to make sure I didn't lose anything, miss anything. And anytime I can put my headphones on, the gym, say if I'm driving a car, I'm doing something that I can listen to, I'm doing yard work, I'm going to go through, I'm going to have the MP3, I'm going to be listening to the audio over and over and over, because listening to audio is going to be more important than writing at this stage. So trying to absorb as much input as possible to get this language down, and keep following along with me if you want to follow along in this journey. Again, 15-30 minutes a day. We're going to be knocking it out within a year in Thai, and I'm hopefully going to be able to demonstrate what I'm able to do once I go to these Thai temples with my Thai language. And just to throw in a little fun, what I like to do as well, as I mentioned in episode 1, I like to actually find social media. So I found a YouTube channel that is popular in Thailand. I'm going to put it right here, a little clip. And what you'll see in the clip is that there's going to be, what I like about it, a male and female speaker. I chose this because it gives you a different perspective how men speak, how women speak. So you're dealing with different environments. It's full of a little bit younger people, so I know they're going to be using some slang, slightly different types of speed. It's for native speakers, and that will give me a great idea in my mind, like what to expect, what to see if I can pick up, if I can find anything in here that matches there. Again, if I don't understand a single thing, at least I'm absorbing the sounds of the language. So here's a clip of what I'm planning on watching later today.
อาจจะมีรั่วๆนะยอมรับว่าอาจจะมีรั่วๆเวลาไปผับอาจจะมีรั่วบ้างรั่วบ้างแบบเจอคุยจ๊อกแจ๊กอาจจะพอมีแต่ว่าถ้าเกิดคุยแบบกันทุกวันไม่มีมากสุดก็มีแค่แบบว่ารีพลายสตอรี่ถ้าต่างชาติมันก็มีเพราะว่าพี่ชอบ DM หาต่างชาติ
And what I'll do, I'll watch that. I'm only gonna watch it one time, but I'm gonna follow along their entire YouTube channel because they have plenty of videos. And I'm just keep listening. And eventually, as I get through this book, I expect myself to be able to understand a lot more from this YouTube series. And I'm getting more familiar with different tones, sounds, and how people sound natively in the Thai language. So if you like content like this, you want to follow along, you want to master a language using Assimil, please like and subscribe to this video and follow me throughout this year. Take care.